Good morning. I wake up to the familiar sounds of my city humming softly in the background. I'm surrounded by comfort, yet it feels like a cage. The walls are made not of metal or brick, but of familiarity and routine that sometimes suffocate me instead of protecting me from harm. I'm used to the routine, waking up at dawn, moving through my day with tasks piled on top of tasks until night falls again. I've been here before. I've lived this life, felt these emotions, thought these thoughts countless times, but today feels different. There's a nudge in my heart that urges me to question everything, my actions, my thoughts, even the very air around me. I stand up and shuffle towards my desk, where my laptop awaits. A new day, but will it be different? I can't help but think of Seneca, that ancient Stoic philosopher who once wrote about the art of living well in a chaotic world. His words have always been like echoes from another time, challenging my modern self to grow beyond the confines of comfort. As I dive into Seneca's epistles, I'm surprised by how vividly relevant they still are today. Each letter seems to speak directly to me, as if he could see through my eyes and understand my struggles better than anyone else could. The words on the page become a mirror, reflecting back my inner turmoil, a mix of confusion, self-doubt, and an insatiable desire for meaning. Seneca's teachings remind me that true strength lies not in overpowering obstacles, but overcoming them with wisdom. He spoke about embracing discomfort as a path to growth rather than a roadblock to progress. It was like hearing this ancient sage whispering into my mind, "You are stronger than you think." I find myself lost in thought, trying to reconcile the paradox of Stoicism and its practical application in today's world. The Stoics believed that freedom from emotional disturbance could only be achieved through self-mastery, the mastery over our own reactions and thoughts. My eyes wander across the pages filled with dense philosophy, but I realize that theory alone is not enough. It must transform into action. Seneca's words about discipline and consistency are particularly striking. Your attention is your empire. I can't help but see my daily routine as a battlefield where my attention faces constant attacks from distractions and temptations of comfort. The challenge, however, isn't just to win this battle, but to build the strength to withstand future assaults. Seneca speaks about building resilience against emotional and physical pain, teaching that weakness comes not from pain itself, but from our inability to overcome it with a disciplined mind. I'm reminded of my gym routine, a metaphor for Stoic discipline. The weights lift or don't lift. I either succeed or fail each time I attempt them. But these moments are not just about physical strength, they're also about mental fortitude, the willingness to push through discomfort, knowing that it's part of the process. Seneca's teachings aren't confined to the past. They resonate within my modern-day struggles as well. His philosophy challenges me to redefine what strength is in today's world, a time when comfort is often mistaken for ease and progress. I'm struck by his words about identity, the idea that one's self-respect lies not just in external achievements, but in keeping promises, being reliable, and owning up to mistakes. I see these principles reflected in my own life, how I handle my commitments, how I face adversity, even the way I choose to spend my time. As I read on, Seneca's letters fill me with a sense of purpose, a reminder that true self-improvement isn't passive waiting, but an active engagement with one's weaknesses and challenges. It's about turning these vulnerabilities into stepping stones for growth rather than stumbling blocks in our path. The Stoic path is not just about surviving life's trials, it's about thriving through them, using each experience as a tool to shape the person I want to become. The struggle itself becomes a teacher, guiding me towards self-mastery and inner peace. I close the book with a newfound appreciation for Seneca's wisdom. The Stoic path isn't easy. It demands discipline, courage, and a willingness to embrace discomfort. But it promises something far greater, the ability to live life fully, embracing both its joys and challenges without being held back by fear or distraction. I sit at my desk, feeling more awake than I've felt in days. The journey ahead is uncertain, but with Seneca's teachings as my guide, I'm ready to face it head-on. With each step, each breath, I'm reminded that building the body and disciplining the mind are not just actions. They're a way of life, a path that leads to self-discovery, resilience, and true strength. I stand up, resolve in my heart, and prepare for whatever challenges the day may bring. The Stoic path is calling me forward, whispering words of wisdom into my ear as I step out into the world ready to embrace discomfort, ready to grow, and ready to build a life that's not just surviving but thriving. I can hear Seneca's voice echoing in my mind. The enemy is not other people. The enemy is comfort, distraction, overstimulation, inconsistency, and lack of self-control. And with each beat of my heart, I know he's because today I choose to fight for something greater than myself. Good morning, world. Here I come. As the morning sun pours through my window, I feel an invigorating energy within me that wasn't there just moments ago. The essence of Seneca's teachings has infused my spirit with a new resolve to not just survive the day, but to thrive in its midst. I'm no longer content with merely existing. Instead, I desire to live fully, embracing both the joys and challenges life throws at me. Seneca speaks about discipline and consistency as cornerstones of Stoic wisdom. His words resonate deeply within my soul, a reminder that true strength lies not just in physical prowess or intellectual acumen, but in one's ability to master their mind and emotions. I'm reminded of my gym routine, how each set, each repetition is a microcosm for the broader battle against comfort and distraction. In this new light, every task feels like an opportunity to hone my skills, sharpening both body and spirit with equal vigor. The mundane becomes sacred as I approach each day not merely as a series of tasks, but as moments ripe with potential for growth, self-discovery, and transformation. My actions are no longer governed by fear or the desire for instant gratification. Instead, they're driven by a deep-seated desire to become the best version of myself, a man who lives in harmony with his thoughts, emotions, and desires. As I delve deeper into Seneca's epistles, I'm reminded that true self-respect is built through kept promises and the demonstration of reliability. These principles are not just theoretical, they're practical guides for my life, blueprints for living authentically within a world where self-doubt and fear often cloud judgment. I find myself applying Stoic philosophy to every aspect of my existence, from personal relationships to professional endeavors. The art of living well is no longer confined to the pages of ancient texts, but becomes an integral part of my daily life, a dance between action and contemplation that nourishes both mind and soul. Seneca's words about embracing discomfort as a pathway to growth remind me that true progress requires stepping outside the comfort zone, pushing boundaries, and facing fears with courage. The Stoic path is not one of avoidance or retreat, but of confrontation and mastery, of transforming adversity into opportunities for self-improvement. As I walk through my day, I'm aware of my surroundings anew, the sounds, smells, and sights now imbued with deeper meaning as I seek to align every action with the principles of Stoicism. Each moment becomes a chance to refine myself, to strip away the excesses that cloud judgment and obscure clarity. With each step forward, I feel the weight of responsibility both for my own actions and for how they impact others. The Stoic path teaches me that true power lies not in domination, but in service, a commitment to living with integrity, compassion, and wisdom. As night falls upon my city, I find myself at peace within my mind, a calmness that belies the tumultuous journey from which it emerged. It's a testament to Seneca's teachings and the resolve that blossomed within me during the day. In this quiet solitude, I reflect on the journey that has led me here, on the struggles faced, lessons learned, and transformations wrought. And while the path ahead remains uncertain, I'm confident in my ability to face it with strength, discipline, and resilience. The Stoic path is not just a destination, it's a journey, a continuous process of self-examination, growth, and transformation. With each passing day, I find myself closer to embodying the essence of Stoicism, closer to becoming the man who not only survives but thrives in life. As my thoughts come to rest, I'm left with a sense of contentment, a satisfaction born from the knowledge that true strength lies within me, waiting to be unlocked through discipline and self-control. And as I drift off to sleep, I carry with me the echoes of Seneca's wise words, guiding stars in the vast expanse of my inner universe. The Stoic path is calling me forward, whispering words of wisdom into my ear as I step out into the world, ready to embrace discomfort, ready to grow, and ready to build a life that's not just surviving, but thriving. With each beat of my heart, I know that this journey is worth it, a journey that promises self-discovery, resilience, and true strength. As the morning sun rises anew tomorrow, I will be ready to step into the day with a renewed spirit, guided by Stoic wisdom and the resolve to live life fully, fearlessly, and with purpose.